Good morning, it's Rob Dickerson here. Last week I went to the Sarnia District Labour Council debate, and one of the questions was regarding living wage. And that made me think a little bit. What my answer was that we talk about the living wage itself, what should be level of dollars per hour that someone has to earn. However, during this answer, I said there's one concept that we don't look at the expenses really of the person earning the wages and what could be done as a counselor. I know that if I be counselor, there's very little that I could do, but there are a few things I could tweak at city policy to make it more affordable in a city. I did some research here looking at living wages, and oddly enough, there's no posted living wage for Sarnia Lambton. The next community of Chatham Kent had $16.33, and then London Middlesex is $16.55. I'm not sure if this is equal, but let's assume it's around $17 in Sarnia. $17 would be more than the current minimum wage, so there's a gap already. When I looked at what is the living wage and how it's calculated, so the living wage includes food, clothing, shelter, childcare, transportation, medical expenses, recreation, and a modest vacation. It does not include retirement savings, debt repayment, home ownership, savings for children's education, anything other than a small cushion for emergencies or hard times. So it's really tightly calculated. And again, going back to the debate, I said there's one element that maybe as a councillor I could do. I could try to reduce the cost of transportation, because owning a motor vehicle, a car, is quite expensive. I have a beater car myself, a Toyota Matrix 2010. Just to have it insured per year is about $800. And then there's no fuel in there, no maintenance, no nothing. So at the very least, it's $100 a month. Just have that thing and move it a little bit around. In contrast, the bicycle that I also use as my primary mode of transportation in Sarnia is very cheap. I mean, the maintenance I do with my bicycle is $200 every 2 years. A nice tune-up at Driven Bike Shop, which I potentially do myself, but it's say $100 a year, and then maybe get a flat tire, which is $15 to fix by myself. Pretty easy to do, and not much else than that really. So if I just compare the two costs here, there's a huge saving potential. And of course, the argument against is like Sarnia is not set up for this. If I'm not, like me, a huge bike advocate and a bike nut more or less, who goes on London Road up and down, and I don't care, I'm part of traffic now, I'm doing this. People don't do it, they don't feel safe, because this is an argument I've heard many times, that neighbors and friends and other citizens here in Sarnia said they would use the bicycle more. They would go on it more, but they don't feel safe. And I think this is on my job as a councillor, to make them feel safer and share the public land, which the roads are, more equally to the bicycle. At least create a bicycle network that people can use and feel safe. Because I think, except of the really strong, harsh winter days, most of the year you could bicycle easily here in Sarnia. I do. If it was really icy, I do walk to work, but I bike a lot. So there's something we really could do for the citizen to change this and make it more equitable by reducing transportation costs. The other big option, of course, is then public transit. There is a big topic, how it can be improved, and I see it currently, why the state is where it is. It's a vicious cycle between like not enough ridership, not enough people use the bus, therefore don't have a good service, not a good service leads to not enough ridership, and goes around and around and around. I grew up in a big city, Munich, was apparently the fourth best public transportation system in the world, and so yes, it's amazing. It's just show up at a train station, bus stop, or subway station, and within 10 minutes something shows up, you just step in and go. There are concepts out there that can work, and little by little I hope to transform the city to less car dependent, and ultimately a more affordable city. That's just my thoughts on the transportation, the other thoughts, but I want to keep it not too long. And here it is. I would like to change the way, or give more options to people to get around. Not taking away the car, but I want to give more options. Thank you. And think about it. Votes are coming up. October 24th is the paper ballot, and the 14th to the 24th is the internet voting. I'm Dr. Bob Biggerson, running for San Jose City Council. Bye-bye.